You're listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly Requa, interviews veterinarians and individuals in the pet industry from across the nation answering pet questions. Bark and Wag podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's BARKNWAG.com. Please remember to subscribe to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. Bark and Wag is dedicated to protecting our dogs through advocacy, education, and supporting like-minded dog lovers by selling custom pet products. Bark and Wag is excited to announce our new partnership with a Colorado hemp farm to produce a line of CBD products for your pets. Bark and Wag has CBD pet tincture available in 300, 750, 1200, and 2400 milligrams. Bark and Wag CBD is pet safe, no THC, it's made in the USA, and is CO2 extracted. Please check out Bark and Wag's website, barkandwag.com. That is BARK, to see our line of CBD and awesome merchandise. We love pooch ideas for podcasts and merchandise, so anytime send an email to Polly at barkandwag.com with your suggestions.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly Requa. Today we're talking to Bo, real estate extraordinaire in Breckenridge, Colorado. Welcome, Bo.
Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you. First of all, tell us a little bit about your real estate firm.
Yeah, Polly. So I'm a real estate broker with Sotheby's International Realty here in Breckenridge, Colorado.
Okay. And what I wanted to do is find out when you get, because Breckenridge obviously and Summit County is very touristy. I'm sure you get a lot of clients that have pets. What are some of the things that how you help your clients find a house that's pet friendly?
Yeah, of course. Well, first of all, my main man and partner, Bogey, is always with me. He's my almost 9-year-old now Alaskan Malamute, and I got him when he was 6 weeks old, and he's been by my side ever since. So starting this real estate journey, he's been with me pretty much every day through all different kinds of scenarios. He's seen everything, just like I've learned a lot in the last 2 years being in real estate. But being in a tourist town and having a lot of my clients not be local, it's interesting because they all want their furry friends with them when they buy investment property, and it really has to suit their standards as well.
And so what type of houses are they looking for that are pet friendly?
Well, for Breckenridge, we have a lot of condos and townhouses. So if you're going that route, then you really just have to make sure, one, that the HOA allows it, and two, you have great access to trails and stuff. So the dogs can have their exercise and be able to use the restroom, I guess, and just have their area as well, versus some of my clients purchase property that has acreage strictly for their animals, which is, I think, awesome. But yeah, Bogey's always with us for all the showings and greets all of my clients and buyers. And a lot of times he's testing out, I guess, the potential property for the buyer that can't bring their dogs with them to come view listings.
And do you find that HOAs are positive towards dogs or negative?
In most cases, they're positive. I mean, a lot of times they will limit pets and dogs strictly to owners and not renters or guests, which is fine because a lot of my clients are second, third home investors looking to buy property. So when to rent out, so when they're not here, they short-term rent their property. But when they come into town and they bring their dogs, they're allowed and welcomed.
Well, Breckenridge certainly is a great place for dogs with all the hiking trails, the rivers, the 14ers. I mean, it's just really unbelievable.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's one of the best places in the country to live, I think, if you have a dog. And that's a testament to Bogey because he'll be 9 next month. And we just had his senior annual checkup, and the vet said he's still a puppy at heart, that he's got plenty of life left. So I definitely contest a lot of that to being in Breckenridge and having the outdoor lifestyle and constantly on the go. We were out putting a for sale sign in a new listing today, and Bogey's right there with me, and he goes to the office with me every day, and he's constantly on the move, as am I.
Just out of curiosity, do most of your clients, and this is random, but do they have small dogs or large dogs?
Most of my clients actually have large dogs. Bogey, being Alaskan Malamute, is, about 85, 90 pounds. And I'd say he's, probably larger than most of my clients' dogs. But for the most part, I'd say larger breed dogs, definitely. You're seeing a lot of clients, that have multi-million dollar properties up here. And, they fly in on their private jets, and the dogs are right there with them. And it's pretty amazing to see the life that these furry animals get to live. So
yeah, maybe be reincarnated into one of your clients.
I know, right? It's funny. They live a good life. I guarantee that. It's pretty funny to see. But they all love Bogey, and he's very friendly, and he loves interacting with all the different doggies that we get to see on a daily basis.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll definitely put all your information on the in the show notes, so that way that if anyone's looking for property in Breckenridge, they can contact you.
Yeah,
and then
definitely. Please do.
Yep. And then I'd love to have you back and talk about how to make your home pet friendly. I'm sure you see a lot of houses and see what works and what doesn't work, and it'd be kind of interesting when you move into a new home to make sure that it's dog safe.
Yes, of course.
So,
I mean, that's very important to my clients, my sellers, my buyers. A lot of times, though, you'll see that the dog is kind of the king of the house, and they have kind of full reign of everything. And I have $5-6 million properties where it's okay if the dogs scratch up the floors because they're a member of the family. So it's very interesting. But Bogey's always with me, and a lot of my buyers ask if Bogey comes with the house, and of course he doesn't come with the house, but he always goes to all the closings, and he's always there after the closings, as am I. But definitely he's all over my Instagram page and my Facebook. I'm at Breck Realty on my Instagram, and I definitely tag him a lot. He doesn't have his own Instagram yet, but his name's Bogey, and he's in a lot of my posts. So definitely have your users reach out to me if I can ever help, and he'll always be there with me.
Well, that's super. Well, thank you for being on the podcast, and we look forward to having you back.
Thanks so much, Polly. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.